Hey guys, what's up? How's everybody doing? My name is Felicia319, and this is a game called Robin. Now, I know a bunch of people played this last year, but I'm not just wanting to do games that are like, oh my god, the newest thing, obviously. I want to do games. This one looked like something that would mean a lot to me. I've already seen some people play it, but this is one of those types of games that looks like it's, even now, it still should be shared around because conversations about invisible illnesses need to be ongoing. They can't just be one short little conversation that everybody's like, oh my god, where's the ribbon, da 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 da, and then they move on and forget about it. This is one of those games that, you know, considering what it's about, I think it still needs to be freshly put out there. This is about a lady who suffers from a condition called CFS, or chronic fatigue syndrome. I could words once. This is not something I myself suffer with, but it's something I kind of identify with a lot because this is one of those invisible illnesses where the spoon theory really fits. I mean, this is a really good example of the whole spoon theory thing. I was talking about this in one of my streams the other day about how, you know, whether you call it spoons or if you think of it like a gamer where it's like, oh, well, I have only so many energy points before I have to call it a day. That is what it's like living with an invisible illness. I myself suffer from severe anxiety and depression and ADHD, and like I said in that same stream, ADHD and anxiety tend to go hand in hand. But this is not about that. It's just this is just something where it concerns only having so much to be able to give every day, and then having to deal with the anxiety of having things left undone, and oh my god, it's an exhausting cycle. So let's go ahead and get into this and see what it's like to live even just a few days as a person with an invisible illness, and specifically in this case, chronic fatigue syndrome. So all your blood tests have come back. You really couldn't find anything? But why do I feel so tired all the time? At least we've eliminated what it could be, I suppose. Maybe it's all in my head. Or maybe I'm just lazy. Feeling defeated, Robin decides to spend the long weekend at home in order to recover some energy. This is her weekend. Okay, so over here we've got read a book, make something to eat, take a shower, feed Robin, browse the internet, do some work, water plants, or pick up clothes. So, eating is rather necessary. Let's make something to eat. Oh, look at them meatballs. God, that sounds good right now. And let's feed the bird. And let's see. How about we water them plants? And then, let's see. And let's browse the internet. And too tired, too tired, too tired, and too tired. So now we go to bed. The The foul smell of unwashed dishes kept you awake. You'll have to do them soon. You feel filthy. You were too tired to shower and it feels gross. Your dirty clothes are piling up. Good thing no one's visiting. You glance upon your backlog of books. Someday you'll get around to reading them. You felt very guilty. You didn't do any work on your novel. You woke up feeling even more exhausted than usual. Boy, howdy. And like I said, with depression, and anxiety, oh dear God, like I said, I mean, this is what it's like already just to live with those invisible illnesses where there's only so much you can do every day, and yeah, I just, ugh. Let's just keep going. I'll commentate. I'll ramble after all this. Whoa. Oh, yeah, okay. Hey, Robin, having a nice weekend? Yeah, what's up? I won free tickets to the movies! Wanna come? It sounds pretty tiring, but I miss Jay. Oh, man. Oh, God, I can so relate to this. Not just for being a hardcore introvert, but again, the lack of energy where it's like, God, I want to be able to go hang out with my friends, but God fucking damn, I am so freaking drained. I can't even. But let's go ahead and go. Of course, been wanting to hang out. Awesome, meet you at the usual spot. Yup, see you soon. See you. Yay, at the film. But how much is that going to tax my energy reserves? Oh, there it is. I've got enough energy to do one more thing. I haven't eaten today. Haven't fed my bird. I haven't watered my plants. Fuck the clothes on the floor. My dishes are done. And I haven't showered. Christ. And yes, sometimes it literally comes down to what is the one thing I have left. I have enough energy left to do. Literally the one thing. And what are the things that I can kind of live without doing right now? And even then, it sucks. Well, girl's gotta eat. So's the bird. Me, bird. Well, honestly, okay. For me, I will always make sure that, not will, but I always make sure that my kiddos and my fur babies have food. I don't give a crap if I go without, but my kiddos and my fur babies, nope, they must eat. And so do my feather babies, apparently, obviously. Feather babies count. And there we go to bed. Your stomach rumbling kept you awake. Although exhausted, you had to make a sandwich in the night. You looked over at your unwatered plants. You shouldn't forget to tend to them this weekend. You sighed. It's been a while since you did some fun navigating on social media. You feel filthy. You were too tired to shower and it feels gross. Your dirty clothes are piling up. Good thing no one's visiting. And it was a tiring day still. Holy shit. Okay. Shower. First, let's take a shower. Funny thing is, I can even relate to the whole you feel guilty you didn't work on your novel, because I love to write. I've been a writer most of my life. And there's been so many times where, because I can't, you know, I just haven't the energy. Writer's block has made me its bitch for so many years at this point. So, even that one I totally get. So, showered. Don't feel gross. Feed the robin. And what shall I use that last bit of energy? Let's make something to eat. I'm not gonna have enough energy left to wash the dishes, but when the fuck do I ever? And off to bed we go. That is our weekend. You looked over at your unwatered plants. They're barely hanging on. The foul smell of unwashed dishes kept you awake. You'll have to do them soon. You sighed. It's been a while since you did some fun navigating on social media. Your dirty clothes are piling up. Good thing no one's visiting. You glance upon your backlog of books. Someday you'll get around to reading them. And just like that, the weekend's over. Robin had a ton of fun this weekend, but ignored her responsibilities. The week ahead is going to be harder because of it. Hopefully she can manage. I so understand. You know, sometimes you just, even when you got stuff to do during the weekend, you're so worn out from the week behind you that you barely have it in you to prepare for the week ahead. It sucks. Laundry gets backpiled up, dishes, housework in general, and even the things you want to do, such as working on your writing or whatever else, you know. And that whole anxiety of, I didn't get this done, oh God, then knowing it's looming in front of you, even that taxes your spoons. Just knowing that, oh, I didn't get this done and I have to deal with it tomorrow. It's seriously, you wake up and you just, the dread and anxiety of having to get caught up on other stuff that you didn't have the energy to get caught up on. It is so hard to keep one's energy at capacity. Mind you, I don't know. I mean, I know what it's like to feel drained. I wouldn't say that I myself deal with chronic fatigue syndrome. But dealing with depression, I do feel drained more often than not. It's hard to just, even if your body can physically move, it's like soul deep. You just want to lay on your bed, sort of melt into the mattress and stare at the ceiling because you haven't really much energy for anything else. And the really shitty thing is that oh God, how do I put the words to it? I appreciate it when people at least try to understand. But what's really disheartening is all the people out there who don't understand and don't even try to. And that's why games like this, I think, are super important because, I mean, video game culture is continuously on the uprise, and video games can be a fantastic way to reach out and get a message across. I've been personally with and around people who just told me, oh, well, you need to try harder. You're not doing enough. You try to explain it to them, and all they do is accuse you of just whining or trying to get attention. And no, it's not about that. Because, you know, even in that one frame where she's like, maybe I am just lazy, maybe it is in my head, that kind of garbage is what, you know, people with invisible illnesses get fed to a very disheartening degree. Sadly, my ex-husband even was no better. And I'm not saying this out of... I don't want to talk about the bad things from my past very much, but at the same time, sometimes it is relevant. Anytime I would try to talk to my ex-husband, whenever I was dealing with a depression spiral, I'd get his mockery. Like I was just a wuss. And there was one point where I literally felt suicidal, and it scared the crap out of me. Tried to talk to him about it, and on the one hand, I was shocked, but at the same time, there was that whole bitter, well, why am I not surprised? You know, because of course, the reaction I got, yeah. People who deal with invisible illnesses do not need that shit, okay? Seriously. I cannot stress this enough. You don't have... If you don't deal with an invisible illness, you're not going to be able to fully understand. Games like this might be able to give you a little bit of an, oh, okay, maybe. But you still can't really understand what it feels like unless you deal with one. And yes, supposedly my ex dealt with like manic depression and da-da-da-da-da, and he expected that because he was able to deal with certain things a certain way that I should have been able to, ergo he didn't have to step up and help me as my mate. People sometimes have friends that are just like, that, you know, wave you off and call you lazy, or just, oh, well, you just need to try harder. I mean, people try to give so much advice that from their end they think seems like good advice because it's advice that they would want to hear if they were just dealing with, oh my God, I've got a serious case of the blahs today, guys, and I just don't want to, But what people with invisible illnesses deal with is not a case of the blahs. It is our life, sadly. And it would be amazing if more people would at least put the effort into being as understanding and empathetic as possible and realize that this is not how we're choosing to be. Somebody with lupus didn't choose to have lupus. Somebody with CFS did not choose to have CFS. They don't choose to go through their life feeling endlessly tired after doing 5 things that a normal person could do without their energy bar even going down that much. We don't choose this. The best we can do, it's hard for somebody with an invisible illness to learn to be good to themselves. I'm still trying to learn how to be good to myself, to forgive myself if I've left some tasks undone for the day, and to look at it, okay, well, I can do this tomorrow, and look at it in an, okay, but don't have a heart attack about doing it tomorrow. Just breathe. It's going to be okay. You can do it tomorrow. And if you don't, well, every new day is a new chance and a new opportunity. It's... I can't even put into words how difficult it is. And yes, I am on medications now. My God, they do help a lot. Like my ADHD meds help my brain to slow down enough to where my anxiety doesn't quite get kicked up. And it also helps me to focus more so I can actually triage and prioritize. Okay, well, first I need to do this, and then I need to do this, and da-da-da-da-da. And then do pretty damn good at getting shit done. It's not perfect. That's okay. And it is nice to be able to feel a lot more capable. But I don't know if there's medications out there like that for all the different types of invisible illnesses. I don't know if there's anything like that out there for CFS. And even then, I've gone most of my life without medications. And when I say that, I mean, it's... By the time I was able to get on meds, when I was able to finally figure out how to, you know, get the resources to do so, because low income, having to be on Medicaid in my case, you know, I didn't even know that Medicaid would cover this until a couple years ago, where I went through a job training program that hooked me up with therapy and as well as recommending a psychiatrist to me so I could see the possibility of, look into the possibility of getting medications. Because initially I was like, oh, I don't know about that. And see, that's something else that where invisible illnesses are concerned. People need to quit shaming those who are on medications for the illnesses that the outside world can't see. People like, oh, well, you know, you're on meds for, you know, depression, and then they do that whole finger shake at you. And, oh, well, have you tried this and this and this? And you kind of want to just glare at them. But at the same time, you don't want to, because on the one hand, you know they mean well. But after a while, it gets exhausting hearing a bunch of people who have no idea try to tell you what you should do about it. It can be just as exhausting as a, well, you're just lazy, or it's all in your head, and all the other invalidating crap So, if you're watching this and you deal with an invisible illness, please just know you really are not alone. You, if you need even just a word of encouragement or something from somebody who understands, you know, even if I don't deal with the same invisible illness you do, you know, and I may not deal with a lot of the same things you do, but the whole having to figure out what you have the energy to do and what you just can't, you know. Oh gosh, I hope it's not chopping out. Okay, good. Just know that you're not alone, okay? And I'm here. And you know what? If you're somebody with an invisible illness and you'd like to see me do another video talking about this, if you would like for me to do a video even talking about your kind of invisible illness, send me some links, send me some info, and I will be more than happy to help you get the word out, because again, this kind of stuff needs to be more talked about. And I mean, not just as a fad or anything. The conversation needs to keep going so that more people can become aware of what people like us deal with. And that way, if we are able to even just increase our support group, even just a little bit, it can make all the difference in the world. So, again, if you deal with an invisible illness, please know you are not alone. I can't stress this enough. I'm going to play one more round of this and then I'll probably cut this off. Some of the things that happened in this, I'd never seen in the few videos of this I had watched. So I had never seen the option come up to go out during the weekend and go see a movie with a friend. That was actually interesting. So I'm going to play this maybe one or two more times and then I will end this video. But like I said, this stuff needs to be talked about more. It needs to be continuously, you know, the awareness needs to keep going. You know, it can't stop. It needs to. Oh, how many times am I going to repeat myself? I'm sorry. My brain is. Whew. So all your blood tests have come back. Already got through all this. Couldn't find anything. But I felt tired all the time. At least we know what it isn't. Or we eliminated what it could be, I suppose. Maybe it's all in my head. It's a bitch of a thought, isn't it? And that contemplation, or maybe I am just lazy. When you don't know what else it could be, or even when you do know, but even when you do know what it is, there's so many times where even I felt like, God, maybe I am just a fucking lazy idiot. Again, with all that to deal with on your shoulders, it's hard to also remember to be good to yourself. Feeling defeated, Robin decides to spend the long weekend at home in order to recover some energy. This is her weekend. Okay. All right, first, let's make something to eat. Get them tasty meatballs. I'm still going to say fuck the dishes. We're going to feed Robin. And we're going to work on our novel. Okay, I guess that's done. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and have her take a shower. Honestly, that's one of those things that sadly I can identify with too, where just you don't even have the energy to take proper care of yourself. Trying to figure out where the exit ramp is out of this cycle is a bitch sometimes. And sometimes you get out and you do okay. And then something happens. Like in my case, I don't like it when unexpected things crop up. I mean, it shoots my anxiety through the roof, then I end up with a stress headache, which then turns into a migraine, and I'm down for the count. Having anxiety spikes like that, all of a sudden you find yourself right back into that cycle, and now go to bed. You looked over at your unwatered plants. You shouldn't forget to tend to them this weekend. The foul smell of unwashed dishes kept you awake. You'll have to do them soon. You sighed. It's been a while since you did some fun navigating on social media. Your dirty clothes are piling up. Good thing no one's visiting. Excuse me. You glance upon your backlog of books. Someday you'll get around to reading them. You woke up feeling even more exhausted than usual. This time I'm not going to go to the cinema. Hey Robin, having a nice weekend? Yeah, what's up? I won free tickets to the movies. Wanna come? Well, if it's Black Panther, count me in. No. Wait, we went and saw it last weekend. Sounds pretty tiring, but I miss Jay. This time we're gonna stay home. I'm sorry, dude. I'm just wiped the fuck out. I'm sorry. I just can't today. Oh, that's okay. You must be busy. Yeah, the sad thing is, you try to tell him that you're just exhausted. And then you... Depending, I mean... Sorry, Jay. That's okay. Talk to you later. Maybe next weekend, buddy. Okay. Let's go ahead and pick up the clothes. Feed the bird. Water the plants. Now, part of me wishes it would take into account that some of these things were done yesterday, so that way maybe this is something I don't have to feel guilty about now. I think in many ways that would actually be a little bit more realistic, but then again, maybe that's me just projecting what my invisible illness is like for me, because maybe this is, I mean, I am trying to take into account that this is about CFS, you know, specifically. Even though a lot of the things for invisible illnesses are the same, I am trying to keep in mind that there's also a lot of things that are different between the invisible illnesses. Like for me, I wouldn't feel guilty if I managed to work on my novel the previous day. If I didn't work on it today, well, at least I worked on it yesterday, so da-da-da-da-da. But maybe even for somebody with CFS, maybe even if they did do something the previous day and they didn't do it today, maybe that's still something they feel guilty about. I don't know. If you are somebody with CFS, would you mind leaving a comment just to let me know, like, if you were able to do something the previous day that you weren't able to do today, do you still feel guilty about it? Or is it something like, nah, I did that yesterday, I'm cool, it can wait for today, I'll try again tomorrow. I don't know. But yeah, I would love to hear some comments from people who actually do deal with CFS to let me know how accurate the notes are. Like, oh, well, on stuff that Robin did the previous day, with the whole, like, she worked on her novel, but if I don't have her work on her novel today, she's going to feel guilty about it. Let me know in the comments, if you don't mind, how true that is for you. Because again, I know I've been talking about my invisible illnesses a lot in the ways that I can relate to how this character feels, but again, I don't want to project my shit over this in that manner. I do want to still keep this primarily, of course, about CFS. So, alright, so, she fed Robin, she watered her plants, and now she's going to read a book. Okay, and too tired to do anything else, so go to bed. Your stomach rumbling kept you awake. Although exhausted, you had to make a sandwich in the night. You sighed. It's been a while since you did some fun navigating on social media. You feel filthy. You were too tired to shower, and it feels gross. Now, that's one thing I can understand, where if you didn't do that day, you might... I'm gonna keep going. Sorry. You felt very guilty. You didn't do any work on your novel, but I did yesterday. But then again, if she's one of those who expects herself to be a daily writer, I suppose... well, again, and also in the whole instance of learning to be good to yourself. Right now, I think this character is somebody who... Well, of course... I'm sorry, I'm about to dumb stamp myself because, of course, you know, especially when you don't know what it is, and you expect certain things of yourself that you can't live up to, it can be hard to learn how to be good to yourself. It really can. I'm still learning, again, but I have also learned a lot, and I'm very thankful for that, but It is hard. It really, really is. Okay, so what should we do today? Oh God, the plants. Water plants. Pick up clothes. Feed Robin. Again, never ever let your fur or feather babies starve. Or your reptile babies. Whatever kind of animal babies you've got, or human babies. Of course, I mean, but still. Okay, go to bed. There's my weekend. Your stomach rumbling kept you awake. Although exhausted, you had to make a sandwich in the night. You sighed. It's been a while since you did some fun navigating on social media. You feel filthy. Too tired to shower and it feels gross. You glance upon your backlog of books. Someday you'll get around to reading them. You felt very guilty. You didn't do any work on your novel. And just like that, the weekend's over. After a whole weekend being responsible, Robin didn't have much fun. She's prepared for the coming week of work, but is unsure if she will be able to get out of bed tomorrow. Oh, goddess, I do understand how that feels. I am so sorry. Okay, so I did the responsible shit all weekend. Let's see what happens when I just say fuck it all and just try to relax. So all your blood tests have come back. You really couldn't find anything? But why do I feel so tired all the time? At least we've eliminated what it could be. I suppose. Maybe it's all in my head. Or maybe I'm just lazy. No, sweetheart, you're not. I promise. Feeling defeated, Robin decides to spend the long weekend at home in order to recover some energy. This is her weekend. Okay. On to the fun shit. But of course, let's see. Feed Robin. Make something to eat. Fuck the dishes. Read a book. And browse the internet. Too tired for anything else? Time to go to bed. Looked over your unwatered plants. You shouldn't forget to tend to them. A smell of unwashed dishes kept you awake. You'll have to do them soon. Feel filthy. Too tired to shower. It feels gross. Dirty clothes are piling up. Good thing no one's visiting. That's okay. I'm a hardcore introvert. Everybody can fuck off. No. You felt very guilty. You didn't do any work on your novel. You woke up feeling even more exhausted than usual. I'm wondering if the thing with, like, where the dishes auto-wash, I didn't see that last time. And the whole J calling thing wasn't in this. So I bet this was an update. Okay. Hey, Robin, having a nice weekend? Yeah, what's up? I won tickets to the movies, free, because I can't read an order. Yay! Wanna come? Let's go to the movies. Let's go see Black Panther. Of course, been wanting to hang out. I'm so tired. I'm sorry. All right, awesome. Meet you at the usual spot. Yep, see you soon. See ya. And I'm glad, actually, that they did add the whole interacting and hanging out with friends, because I didn't see that one in the videos that I watched that were, like, from a year ago. Because, yes, that is one of those big things where it's like, yeah, you really want to go hang out, but goddamn, I know I already said this, but Jesus Christ, you are so tired. And it sounds awesome, but at the same time, like, I can't count how many times even just I've passed up going to the pagan group I go to, because goddamn, it's Saturday, it's the weekend, I don't have to leave the house, and I'm too fucking tired to leave the house if I don't bloody well have to. So I'm glad that they added that one in, because yes, that is also so very true. Okay, got back from the cinema. Feed Robin. And then go to bed. the grumbling kept you awake. Made a sandwich in the night. Looked over at your unwatered plants. Shouldn't forget to tend to them. Been a while since you did some fun navigating on social media. Feel filthy. Too tired to shower. Feels gross. Dirty clothes piling up. Good thing no one's visiting. Fuck everybody. Bye. It was a tiring day still. But God, I hope she still had a lot of fun. Because damn it, this poor lady deserves some fucking fun. Okay. Not dealing with clothes. Not watering plants. We're just being chill this weekend. Feed Robin. Shower or eat? Eat. What really sucks is when you literally are too tired or too drained to even do that much. And read a book or surf the web. Fuck it, read a book. Reading a book is always the right answer. I'm addicted to both minds. I love reading and I love being on the internet. A lot of times that's the only way I do want to socialize. It's because I don't have to worry as much about exiting a conversation, I guess, when I'm just peopled out. Okay, time for bed. You looked over at your plants. They're starting to wilt. Foul smell of unwashed dishes kept you awake. You'll have to do them soon. Been a while since you did some fun navigating on social media. You feel filthy, too tired to shower, and it feels gross. And dear God, it does. And trying to find the energy to even give a fuck, to do anything about it, can be a bitch. Your dirty clothes are piling up. Good thing no one's visiting. That's fine. If this is, like, people repellent, then so be it. No, I'm just teasing. And just like that, the weekend's over. Robin had a ton of fun this weekend, but ignored her responsibilities. The week ahead is going to be harder because of it. Hopefully she can manage. Yep, understand how that goes too. Now, one more playthrough. I'm going to see if I can't do something that tries to at least keep a bit of balance, okay? Because that is the bitchiest part of trying to live with an invisible illness, is trying to find the balance. The balance to where we're taking good care of ourselves, we're being good to ourselves, but we're also taking care of shit. Balance for, even without an invisible illness, balance in life can be a hard thing to find, but you want to try it on like legendary mode though? Try it with an invisible illness. Alright, so last playthrough, we're going to try it with some balance. So all your blood tests have come back. You really couldn't find anything. But why do I feel so tired all the time? At least we have eliminated what it could be, I suppose. Maybe it's all in my head. Or maybe I'm just lazy. Feeling defeated, Robin decides to spend the long weekend at home in order to recover some energy. This is her weekend. Because the bitch of it is trying to get through a weekend where you feel rested and also feel ready for the week. Without dreading it like, oh God, how am I going to crawl myself out of bed by my fingernails to go to work tomorrow? Okay. Something to eat. Feed the bird. Pick up clothes. And social media. That's all for today. Go to bed. Looked over at your unwatered plants. Shouldn't forget to tend to them. Foul smell of unwashed dishes. Have to do them soon. Feel filthy. Too tired to shower. Feels gross. Glance on your backlog of books. Someday you'll get around to reading them. Felt very guilty. Didn't do any work on your novel. You woke up feeling even more exhausted than usual. Okay, here's Jay. We're still going to go to the cinema. Free movie tickets want to come. Sounds pretty tiring, but Miss J, let's go. But of course, been wanting to hang out. Also meet you at the usual spot. See you soon. See ya. Blah 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 blah. Excuse me. Feed Robin. Go bed. Stomach rumbling kept you awake. Had to make a sandwich in the night. Unwatered plants. Social media. Filthy. Too tired to shower. Dirty clothes. Piling up. But I picked them up yesterday. Damn it. No. It was a tiring day still. Okay. Now it is Sunday. Make something to eat. Did all the fun things the past couple of days. Shower. Can't go to work the next day. Stink into high heaven. If at all possible. And feed the bird. And then go to bed. Hopefully that was a decent amount of balance. Looked over your plants, are starting to wilt, foul smell of unwashed dishes, side, social media, dirty clothes piling up, backlog of books, just like that, the weekend's over. Robin had a ton of fun this weekend, but ignored her responsibilities. I did not! Week ahead is going to be harder because of it. Hopefully she can manage. I picked up my clothes on, like, what was it, Friday morning? Okay, one more time, trying to do the balance thing without going to the cinema. Okay, see what results I can get from that. Couldn't find anything. Let's go. I just want to give her a hug. Like, I may not be going through exactly what you're going through. I am so sorry, though. I just, so sorry. Feeling defeated. Robert says it's been a long weekend at home. Recover some energy. This is her weekend. Okay. Make something to eat. Yum. Shit, this is making me hungry. Feed Robin. Okay, let's water the plants and then read a book. Go to bed. Foul smell of unwashed dishes kept you awake. Been a while since you did some fun navigating on social media. Feel filthy, dirty clothes. Didn't do any work on the novel. More exhausted than usual. Okay, instead of going to the cinema today, we're gonna work on the novel and pick up clothes. Sorry, J-Mate. I can't afford to go see Black Panther a third fucking time, man. I mean, geez, Robin, having a nice weekend. Yeah, what's up? Free tickets. Well, wanna come? I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, I just can't today. I mean, how many times we're really gonna see Black Panther anyway? Must be busy. In a manner of speaking, I suppose. Sorry, Jay. That's okay. Talk to you later. Okay. So, okay. Let's eat. Because in order to work on a novel, one must properly fuel their body. Feed the bird. work on that novel. And pick up the clothes. And then go to bed. Looked over at your unwatered plants, foul smell of unwashed dishes, navigating a social media, feel filthy, too tired to shower, backlog of books, tiring day still. Okay. Make something to eat. See. Definitely feed Robin. Pick up clothes. Haven't browsed the internet this weekend, so I'm gonna go to work stinking tomorrow, but you know what? And then go to bed. Let's see what result this gets. Barely hanging on, foul smell of unwashed dishes, feel filthy, backlog of books, work on novel, just like that the weekend's over. After a whole weekend of being responsible. Okay, so interesting. Okay. Alright, well, that does it for this video. Again, I just felt it was really important to just keep this, you know, conversation going. And granted, I don't have hardly any subscribers on my channel, but who knows? Maybe the more people subscribe, maybe the more people will come across this video and kind of, even if they've seen other people play it, maybe they'll give it a watch, or I don't know. But if you have an invisible illness, or you know somebody who does, whether it's my playthrough of it or somebody else's, please just keep sharing this game around people playing this game, or whatever. Play it yourself, even. And just, if you don't deal with an invisible illness, even if you don't understand, like you can't fathom what it's like to be tired, well, that's right. Maybe you can. But just because you don't feel that tired doesn't mean that this person over here is weak or lazy. It means that they're dealing with something that you don't have to. And for one thing, be thankful for that. And then for another thing, please just show compassion and understanding to people. Even if they're dealing with something you don't understand, can't fathom what it's like. Even if you feel inside that maybe they're just lazy because you just don't get it. That's no excuse to going around treating people like they're weak, or that they don't matter, or that they're just trying to get attention, or whatever other myriad of bullshit crap out there that invalidates those with invisible illnesses. That kind of shit makes us feel very alone. I think that's part of why I'm such an introvert. I mean, I don't know. I've been an introvert most of my life. And having an invisible illness can make it very difficult to relate to people who don't. And it can be very difficult to talk about. That's why I'm so glad that there are support groups, whether in person or online, for people with invisible illnesses. But you know what? If you aren't somebody with an invisible illness, maybe it wouldn't hurt for you to sit in. Like, see if you can't get permission to sit in on a support group. Listen to people. Listen to them talk about what they're going through. Don't listen to react. Listen to just listen. Listen to try to understand to the best of your ability. Because you know what? Even if you are somebody who doesn't deal with anything like this, I guarantee you know at least one person who does. And your genuine support, your desire to help in any way that they need, if you know somebody who deals with an invisible illness, regardless of what it is, the best thing you can do to help is just to ask, what can I do to best support you? That's something I learned in one of the therapy groups I was in when I started the job training program I was in for a while. They required us to go through therapy. They had a therapist right in there. She had us in individual counseling sessions as well as group therapy. And when she first told us that whole question of just asking somebody what we could do to best support them, that phrase right there blew my mind. It's so simple that when you hear it, you're like, well, God, why didn't I think of that sooner? Because this is not a society that generally tends to be all that concerned about people with invisible illnesses, or sadly even helping people very much in the first place. Don't go offering your advice. Seriously, especially if you do not deal with an invisible illness, don't. Hearing advice from somebody who doesn't even understand, doesn't experience it in any way, it's like being a surgeon and having somebody come in off the street just because they read a book that had some medical stuff in it. All of a sudden they come in and tell you how to do your job. Hearing somebody talk about something they have no idea about, and they're trying to tell you stuff like they know better than you do what you deal with, that is such a slap in the face. Don't do that. Please don't. Just ask what you can do to support that person. What is it that, what can I do to support you? That puts the ball in their court. And if they don't know, because honestly, there's been so many times I've been asked that question and I have no idea how to answer. But at the very least, I appreciate, and I'm sure that other people who deal with invisible illnesses at least appreciate the thought and the heart behind it. Just knowing that someone is there and willing to be there to listen, to try to understand, even if they can't ever really completely get it. That heart behind it, though, it means so much. It really does. So I'm going to cut this off here. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, go ahead and just flick that like button, not the light button. I mean, you can go flick the lights if you want, but you know, I don't really know what good that's going to do you. Subscribe, hit the bell if you want, and leave any comments about other games you'd like to see me play. I don't have a lot of fundage to work with in the grand scheme of things. I mean, I'm still trying to, well, that would just require a crap ton more rambling, but I would love to see more free games to play, whether it's on Steam or on the internet or whatever, but I would love to have some more ideas of other videos to do. So yeah, leave a comment if you want to talk about the invisible illness you deal with, if you deal with one, or if you deal with CFS, or any suggestions, feedback, ideas, etc. I would love to hear from you guys. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.